guys, welcome back to the channel for another FC25 video, where today we're back on the Fulham to Glory account. This is my account where every few weeks I'll show you how the best Fulham team possible since the start of FC25 has developed through promos, through evos, all that good stuff. Every so often we'll go as champs. We'll also do some challenges that are Fulham based along the way. And as you can see, this is the full team on your screens. Little footnote here. I did record the whole video with my mic on mute, so there is going to be a bit of commentary on this one. So as I explained, got a new angle because this is my editing screen and it will be a bit different in this one. But starting with Castagne's card, hasn't changed. So we skip over to Anderson. He's now up to a 95. 99 defending is really good, and he's got great defensive play styles. All of them indeed. And obviously he's got ping pass as well as the best defensive play styles, in my opinion. Calvin Bassey, he hasn't changed. He's only gone through the cosmetic. I really do like that background. I really do like Calvin Bassey as well. I think he's hugely underrated, so glad he's at Fulham. Then my favourite, again, he hasn't changed. Robinson at left back. Not got the greatest play styles. I've got a few versions of him. I did actually put him into a left back that converted into a striker, so maybe we'll use him 1 week. Also got Lukic, again, had a great season last season. He's not changed much, just the cosmetic. Again, I do love that cosmetic indeed. A guy that has changed though is Sanderberg. Not the greatest play style, still room for one, but he now is up to a 96. Perhaps a little bit slow. Every other stat up into the 90s. Very solid card in game as well. Smith Rowe, no change on him. He did go into the old training camp Evo, but I had done that already by last video, so no change on him. So Wilson, again, no change apart from the cosmetic. He's been a 94, and with those play styles for quite some time, since team of the year. My main man Mooney's up top. I really hope we don't sell him in real life. Again, he's still missing a play style, but I've got the lovely cosmetic on his background too. And of course, at left wing, probably a bit out of position, but Alex Iwobi added the cosmetic. He's been a 95 for a few weeks now. Good solid card, probably my favourite in the team. Obviously, we've got the subs. We've got Sessegnon, Diop, Cuenca, Reed, Adama Traore, and Pereira. And I do have a new 96 Raul Jimenez. Got a 94, but this one's solid. Got nice incisive pass. Finesse is lovely. Very good card in game. I just prefer Mooney's in real life. Why he doesn't start. Obviously, those reserves there, they have all now, as we are into July, left the club. Tete, Reece Nelson, King, Willian and Vinicius, all but Reece Nelson have left because their contracts expired. Reece Nelson's gone back to Arsenal after his loan, but there are talks that him, as well as Zinchenko, which I'm so thrilled about, might be bought permanently. And King Kenny, Tete may sign a new contract as well, which is a plus. But for now, we're going to get rid of these players. They may return if they re-sign. But I do have a player that you may or may not know. His name is Luke de Figueroa. He is a Canadian national, a young up-and-coming centre-back. My version can play left-back, right-back as well. And you may know him as the guy that missed a decisive penalty against Guatemala this week in the Gold Cup. So Canada probably hate him. So he's definitely not going home anytime soon. But he'll come into the club. But don't worry, guys. I get as bored as you, and so this week I'm definitely not going to use the full Fulham team in chat. Instead, what I chose to do is create a team, as we are now in July and the transfer window is open, of all the players Fulham have been linked with so far since the season ending, and there is a hell of a lot. Build that into a team and we'll take that into champs instead. So as always, Van der Sar in goal. I haven't been linked with any goalkeepers, so it makes sense to carry on using him. A right back, Carl Walker, will be a great signing for Fulham. Don't get me wrong, I think he's lost a bit of pace, so he's probably not able to play at the highest level. But for a club mid-table like Fulham pushing on for Europe, he would be a great signing if we don't re-sign Kenny Tete back on a free. Carl Walker Peters, the guy that a lot of clubs have been linked with. This will be a free transfer. Versatile defender, probably not the best. I think he'd be a good squad addition to the club, definitely. Trevor Chalobah, I think because he's at Chelsea and where their neighbours, gets linked every transfer window. Once again, he has been linked with a move to Fulham. But I'm quite happy with Anderson and Bassey. I'm not going to lie, I think they're a good partnership. So why ruin it, bringing someone in new? The op's not the best. Cuenca looks pretty decent. As I said, we've got the Luke Figueroas. Also, Ben Johnson, former West Ham man, has been linked with us from Ipswich after their relegation. Not too thrilled about this one, as we do like to play attacking wing back, so I don't think his end product really is all there, in my opinion. Also, this guy is probably the most likely to sign, old Joe Willock. Good player, just confused where he fits into the team, with Sander Berger and Lukic having good seasons last year, although Berger has been linked with a move away for a fair bit of money, so getting the Willock in I think will be a good deal, especially for an English player. Hamer, Sheffield United failed to get promotion. They got locked out in the old playoff final. They play boring football, so I'm kind of glad they didn't. And this guy looked pretty decent in the final. I'm not going to pretend I've seen loads of him, but if we're able to get him on a relatively cheap fee, then maybe it'll be a good purchase. Decore is Marco Silva's worked with him before when he was at Everton, probably also at Watford. I think on a free, it'd be a good transfer. I think he's decent going forward and good as a defensive mid, so he's quite versatile. And he'll give us extra options off the bench when we get those, obviously, injuries that you do get every season. Amiri, obviously, tots, so he had a good season last year in the Bundesliga, but I don't really know much about him. I always worry about players that have never played in the Premier League, what they're going to do and what they're going to adapt to the league. But there's been plenty of players that have done, so can't knock him until you tried him. Banat up top, apparently he's been banging goals in Dynamo Kiev. Don't know much about him, and I always worry when you bring in foreign strikers that have never played really in a big league. I mean, Shevchenko and Rebrov, when they come to the Premier League, weren't all that, although Shevchenko was a bit older, to be fair to him. And obviously Mudryk was an absolute failure. And this man's an interesting one. Timo Werner, don't get me wrong, he hasn't got an eye for the goal really, but he can play out wide, does chip in with a few goals. And with the kind of fee that they're asking for, I think he'd be a good addition to Fulham, I'm not going to lie. So that is the full team, guys, and you know the deal by now. We're going to head into champs. I'm probably going to give away the first four because even going towards 11 is just not worth it now. So you will see 3 games in this video as always, in the start, middle and end. Then obviously we'll open some packs. But guys, I hope you do enjoy this as we head into champs. So we're into the first game of the video, 4-4, won the first 4, obviously gave away 4. Let me refresh my mind. They're not the greatest team, but you don't tend to get them at the start. Saka's a nice little card. There's always trouble. And then we get the ball here. First early one, Werner. Quick chance, near post, doesn't put it away. Amiri picks up in the middle, throws a lovely through ball to Decore, who finesses it top bins. Wouldn't mind if he comes in real life. Amiri again was pulling the strings. Werner through. Vanat, who really impressed me on his left peg. Probably not in real life, but in the game was very nice. Johnson wasn't the greatest, but he wins the ball there. Again, Werner threads it through to Vanat. Vicious on his left peg. Amiri picks this one up, and Sam's is just no match for Werner's pace. He clips it in off the below the bar. At this point, the guy just decided to rubber band in July for the whole game. He did score a couple more before he decided to do that. But then we just skip over to the next game. We went on to go 7-0, obviously, with those wins taken away. And the teams were quite interesting this week, quite sweaty, but that one's not in particular. We started on the front foot there. Nice little goal at the near post. But then the guy who just absolutely abused the wing play, come in, got a nice little deflection there. What the hell is that goalkeeper doing in July? And yes, he did run away and celebrate. But then we got a nice little through ball to Vanat, and we know what Vanat does on that left foot. He slices it in the goal. Lovely goal. Got a corner, worked a short one for Hamer to Werner. Werner's missing 50 shots by now. And then Vanat's not going to miss the back stick there for 3-1. And then finally, we get a good chance with Werner, and he scores on his 50th attempt. Willock here as well with the old 1-2, chips in with a nice little goal at the fast post. And this little chip by Werner shut me up as I slagged him off throughout the whole of the champs. And that was enough for him to leave, and that was our 8th win. We moved on
to the next game. And unbelievably, somehow we managed to get to 10 wins, 1 game left to get the 11. Not the greatest teams there, but good to see your right hand. Apologies for this. This was a bit sweaty, but you got to do it in sweaty times. Then Vanat, just literally look at that pace. No one uses him, but I recommend off the rush objective, definitely giving him a go. He did get a bit fortunate here, a nice little cross to Isaac. We've got the goal in. He had to, for some reason, instead of pressing L1, R1, grab the ball, kind of celebrate. But after a little while, we broke him down. Werner, really fortunate here. This is the gameplay in July for you. Slots it in and makes it 3-1. Then a lovely through ball with another bit of a sweat. Gives Werner another goal. And that is 11 wins. And the only bit I did actually record with the mic on the stream is the rewards. So enjoy.
As per usual, no one in the other packs. Here we go. Oh, Isaac. Not bad. Evander. Oh, Mia Hamm. Very nice. Still ain't Pat Ronaldo or Messi. Oh, this is a terrible one. Jesus, that's a real bad one. Oh, which bad card do you choose? Nothing to do with being female, by the way. All right, first tradable one. Who is it walking down the tunnel? I don't know why I bother even opening us. Bloody Mukiele. Sod off, man. All right, it's a hero. It doesn't look like, yeah. It's Al Iran. Yeah. To say the only one you want is Hazard. It didn't look like Hazard, so Al Iran. About 20k, any if that. All right, here we go. Why you go to 9 or above? Right wing Danish, Gingy's mum. Of course it is. Anyway, like someone good in behind EA. Who's that? Suchek is not good, EA. 3 dupes, we love it. But Mia Hamm, that was a huge dub, so we won't complain. It's not the best rewards, but I did get a nice little Mia Hamm. She's a decent pull, just under $1 mil. And guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I will be back soon with another Fulham themed video. We're going to try and look forward, do some kind of transfer activity. We're going to do some prediction stuff, so look out for those. And until then, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye!